Hello, Nomads, and welcome to the Nomads of Fantasy podcast, your catch-up for the month of March 2024. I'll be your host this evening. My name is Eric. Well, oh yes, it is the end of April. You're right. I've been out for a month
since March.
Yeah, I've been out for a month, so
skip that whole one.
Technically, we're catching up, on everything that I've been out for and all that stuff. So, I'm excited to be back. I'm excited to be talking to you guys. But who do I have with me here tonight? I have Brandon.
You have my sword.
And I also have Dave.
And my axe.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta do that one.
That's from Lord of the Rings, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Specifically Fellowship of the Ring.
I was gonna say you guys did Fellowship while I was out, so yeah, I've been out for a month. If you haven't been following the show, I've been out for a month on paternity leave because we just had our second kid. So been chilling, been off of work, been taking care of the new baby, all that good stuff. So, but I'm excited to be back into normal routine, normal podcast routine. I'm excited to talk about some games, movies, and what else you guys have been up to.
Did you get to dip into a lot lot of stuff while you were?
I did. Maybe
like
not.
Switch seems perfect for a baby.
Steam Deck,
right?
Steam Deck was essential over this paternity leave. Absolutely. So I have been dipping into some stuff. Maybe not like the stuff I would typically dip into. I make some concessions, and wasn't able to stay up super late just because obviously babies wake up in the middle of the night, or like the wife needs something, help.
I remember you had to play games that you had to pause. You couldn't play multiplayer games. Like, hold on, guys, hold on. Don't leave without me yet.
Exactly.
Don't leave without me yet. The circle's coming. I know the circle's coming, but hold on. I think my baby might be, You gotta play single player games that you can pause.
Dude, and the Steam Deck is perfect for that because it's like the Switch. So you can put it in sleep mode and just basically stop wherever you are and pick it back up.
Right.
Whenever you need to.
Okay.
So Steam Deck was perfect for that. Did some mobile gaming. Snuck some other stuff in there, but yeah, let's get right into it. Who wants to go first? Dave, you look like you got something to say.
I thought you were gonna go first.
You want me to go first? No, you go first, Dave. You go first.
All right.
Oh my god, you too.
No, you go. No, you go.
I know. What?
I'll let you in on the quick and easy one. Loudermilk came to Netflix. It is I
need to know what this is.
Drama comedy show, a dramedy.
Oh, a dramedy, if you will.
Sure.
I will.
Yeah, it's got some decent reviews, but it's got Ron Livingston from Office Space as the main character.
Okay, like the boss from Office Space.
No, like the main guy. Character from.
Oh, that
Office
guy.
Space.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
He doesn't pop up in a lot.
I was gonna say I don't know if I've seen him in anything else. Lately, definitly not.
So that's why it caught my eye when it came onto Netflix, because there was 3 seasons of it, and I think they're done for now. I think they want to do another one, and
I've seen some scenes on YouTube from it. It looks like a pretty good show.
Yeah, and it's funny, and it's got it deals with alcoholism, and he's kind of a prick on the show. And there's
what's his whole thing? Because from the scenes I see it, he's just is tired of stuff, and he just calls people out.
He's the leader of like a AA group, and he used to tour with rock bands, and he used to write for like Rolling Stone or whatever, and he used to be like way into drugs and way into booze and partying, and now he's sober and he's leading a group, and he's kind of a prick about it, and he's kind of a prick to a lot of people. Usually each episode starts with him kind of being a prick to somebody. It's like a little separate scene. It's usually pretty hilarious.
Is he trying to does he just miss that life? Like he misses the drugs and alcohol?
Yeah, well, he knows that it sucks, and that he's very very blunt about things.
Okay.
Like addiction and all that kind of stuff. Like, fucking toughen up, shit sucks, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of people. Okay. There's a lot of like minorities and disabled people and people with like substance abuse issues on the show that are actual actors too, which makes it
that's cool.
A little more interesting that people people with disabilities get to be on like a Netflix series.
Yeah, they get
cool.
They get the opportunity.
So it's cool. It highlights a lot of fucked up stuff, but it's also pretty fucking funny at the same time. It's a dark comedy, dramedy.
I do like dark comedies.
So it's 3 seasons of it. It's pretty solid. Once you get going on it, it's good. It's worth kind of taking a run through because if you can do 2 episodes a night, you can kind of pound your way through it in a week or two. So
That's cool.
I thought that one was fun.
Awesome.
Finished that one up a little bit ago. So who's next?
I'll take it. I'll take it from here.
Yeah,
I'll go with the big
go.
one. So I think the we won't talk about this right here, but the Fallout TV show has taken the world by storm.
Yeah, we've decided to make an episode dedicated to that first season.
Yeah, there's a lot to say about it, and we all have impressions. Spoiler alert, generally good impressions. I think all of us.
I was gonna make you guys do an episode whether it was good or bad. So thankfully, it's good.
Thankfully, it's good. I'm looking forward to talking about it. So we'll save that discussion for our next full episode. But just watching that show, like many other people, got me back into the mood for playing the games. So I checked out a couple ones that I haven't played in a while. Fallout New Vegas being a big one that I had never finished before. Like I started it like 2 or 3 times. And I don't know, I fell off after a certain point, like maybe 10 hours or so. For whatever reason, I don't know. I just, stopped, got distracted by something else. But the only Fallout game I've actually ever finished is Fallout 3. But I've dabbled with most of them. Even like some of the first.
Tourist.
Yeah, exactly. I even played like Fallout 1 and 2, like the old isometric ones.
Yeah.
They're actually pretty sweet. But yeah, Fallout New Vegas. Is good. I picked it up. I've actually had it in my Steam library for a while. So like I was saying, Steam Deck was perfect for this because I can just pick it up, play it, pause it, save it whenever I need to. Do a couple, do a quest here and there, level up, kill some fucking rad roaches and raiders.
How far did you get?
I'm like, I don't know, not too far. I probably played like 10 hours or so. Maybe 8 or 10. I'm like level 7 or 8 or something like that. But I'm, it's fun. I feel like
it is smooth with all the updates they do. I was playing it on Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, it's
after the show, and it's pretty buttery smooth.
Yeah, it's like 60 FPS on Steam Deck too, and it still looks good, surprisingly good. For I don't know when it was like
2010. I was shocked that came out in 2010. I got married in 2011. Wow, and it does not seem like I was playing Fallout New Vegas when I had a fiance. So
yeah, 14 years.
It doesn't seem like that long ago.
But yeah, it's still great, and it reminded me why I really like the Fallout games. The show also reminded me why I really like the Fallout games. Just like the world, exploring that world, the kooky characters that you run across, just exploring the wasteland, the funny shit that you find out there, and it doesn't take itself too seriously either. Like it knows that this world is kind of silly, and there's crazy stuff running around, mutated fucking bugs. And
did you take the wild wacky raiders, or what is it, wild wasteland perk?
I did actually.
Okay,
I did
good.
This time. I don't know if I've seen the effects quite yet of that or not. Like, will I know when I see something that is fucking wild? Okay.
Yeah. I haven't played it. It's been a while since I played it too, so I'm
I took
still
that one
catching up with you, but that was cool.
I wanted this playthrough to be like different, so I'm like, that sounds fun. Just random shit happening out in the wasteland. The only thing about New Vegas is it does feel, I mean, it's set out in the desert, so it does feel a little bit more empty than some of the other games.
It is sparse.
There's stretches where it's just desert and there's fucking like sandstorms going on, and there's nothing really to explore out there. So you're kind of just following the roads from, settlement to settlement. But then once you get to a settlement, you're meeting all these characters and doing, side missions for them. So it's fun. It still feels good. The gunplay feels good. Like,
it's a standard old Bethesda. Yeah.
So New Vegas was fun. And then I checked out, since they released the next gen update for Fallout 4, I reinstalled that on my PlayStation 5. And I know people have been saying that it's, riddled with bugs and whatnot, but I haven't run into any bugs. Nothing. Been running super smooth for me. No.
I played about 4 hours of the 4th game, and no crashes, no issues.
Yeah, no mods on, nothing. I put it into
a super clunky story.
Yeah, the story is whatever. That's not why I really come to those games anyways.
Yeah, I'm
for
like,
like the
next time
main
I
story.
play, I'm gonna like walk away from the campaign because like the story is actually kind of.
It's the same in all Bethesda games.
When
Like,
was this made?
like if you think about Skyrim, the main draw of Skyrim is not the main quest line. It's all of the other
Yeah, that's
side
true.
quests
The
surrounding
side.
it
Yeah,
in the
right.
world and exploring
I
everything.
gotta do that.
But I picked up my old save, my original save, because I never finished Fallout 4 either. And my old save was from 2018, so it's been 6 years
Nice.
since I've played that game. But it's so weird, the feeling of picking up an old save that you haven't touched in years, and like you open it up and like you have all these items, you don't know what they do. You have like 100 quests in your quest log. I'm like, that's kind of overwhelming. Like you don't know what to do first.
Usually, yeah. The first time you sit down with one of those ones you're catching up on, like the first session is getting your sea legs back under you. And a lot of those.
You're only in trouble when you go into a game like that and you're super deep into it, right, with all the inventory. But it also has like maybe those unique controls. That's like, oh, it's left trigger then A to jump, and some weird control. Like I won't remember that stuff, so I get like, well, how do I cross this bridge? I guess I'm not going to play this game right now because I'm just not mentally ready to hop into this because I got to relearn it. Where other games, it's like it's a shooter. Like, all right, what was I doing in this game? All right, that's right. I sprint, I throw grenades, I shoot, I can heal myself. Like some games you can hop in and out, and some games you.
Well, the controls in New Vegas fucked me up a little bit because in that game there's no sprint, which I forgot about. There's no sprint. There's just one walking speed. You're like jogging the whole time. There's no faster or slower movement. So that fucked me up.
Okay.
And then the jump is on like a weird button, and the crouch is on the opposite. It's on the right analog stick instead of the left one. So everything was all fucked up. So that took me a little bit to get used to. But then when I went to Fallout 4, it felt more modern. Like they have a pretty modern control scheme, like every other first person shooter.
Yeah. I didn't mind.
And it felt good. The gunplay in Fallout 4 still holds up, I think. It feels good.
It's the same stuff.
Definitely better than 3, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know, Brandon, you mentioned like you don't want to deal with any of the VATS shit, like where you can stop time and target specific points of the body. But I love that stuff. Like I just have my double barrel shotgun. I walk up to a fucking raider and target their head and just blow their fucking head off. It's satisfying every time.
Yeah, Brandon, you should come play Fallout 76 with me then, and then because
there's no freeze time VATS in 76.
Yeah, everything's all real time in VATS, so things are still escalating. No, that's the one I got into after Fallout.
I just didn't start playing 3. I thought it was ugly. I thought it was boring.
It's very green,
browns and blacks, and
I like the 4th one because it has color. And there's a dog.
Yeah. And you can mod the shit out of those games to change, the gameplay or the fucking how it looks and
I want to try mods.
Which is nice.
That's why I wanted to wait for the mods to catch up to the update.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably jump back in that.
Right.
I have been getting into 76 too, if you want to keep going on Fallout for a second.
Yeah. It's been making me want to jump into 76 also.
It's like I've seen
the only thing special about 76 is that it's a non-single player game. It's a multiplayer game.
Well, at this point, it's
encouraged to play with other people.
Right, live service.
It's like more Fallout.
Yeah,
and you can build stuff. And there's hundreds of people in a server or thousands. Like how many?
No, I mean it's only like in the 20s, probably 20s, maybe 30s per server.
It's
not that many.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, but I've noticed. I've been playing a lot this last week or two, but I've noticed a lot of new players in there. A lot of like low level people.
Think about it.
Jumping into
a huge hit, and it just got everybody excited. And there's nothing really drawing people's attention right now.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, they got a couple expansions out now. They've got all the NPCs in there. They're putting out a new. There were
NPCs in the original, right?
Yes. They added.
I forgot about that.
Update. The Wastelanders
I
update.
forgot about it. This is one of those games that totally redeemed.
And that was like a couple years after the initial release too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like all your missions came from like computers.
I remember
or robots,
that.
Essentially,
I completely forgot about that.
Or holotapes or something like that. But I mean, they're doing a thing where like you've got the regular map, but they're like expanding it down another chunk and adding a whole section on even lower on the map.
They gotta be so annoying.
Which is awesome.
Because they're like, all right, let's make another game, guys. And they're like, all right, cool. We're gonna make another Fallout game, but let's make this one online. People have always wanted us to make an online game. Let's do it. We have like Elder Scrolls Online. Let's do this. And it's like a catastrophe. Everybody's mad at them. The game comes out, but then they like say, no, we're gonna fix this, right? We don't want to tarnish our name in this franchise, so they stuck with it. Good for them. Then they released like Starfield, which has been like this like project they've been talking about and teasing for like 6 years, 7 years, or something like that. Finally comes out and it's like, God damn it! Like everyone's mad at us again. They gotta spend all this effort fixing it and making it basically like No Man's Sky or something. I don't know. They gotta pull a miracle out of their ass to get that game. But it's just like, man, those guys can't catch a break sometimes. But
the
maybe
show
it's
comes
their own
out.
fault.
Well, 76 came out in 2018, so it's been 6 years now that they've been working on it, and I mean. Right. Now they're starting to just add on more and more. They've got all the rough edges kind of smoothed out, and they've got enough content and like interesting events and stuff going on where you can go on expeditions, or you got your daily quests and all sorts of stuff.
And it's cool with the TV show gets people excited. They're like, what else can I do in this world? And now the game's now you can play it and enjoy this.
I feel like they have to start adding content from the TV show eventually, I've
got Lucy's Vault 33 backpack.
Okay, so they are already adding that stuff. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You're so
cool. That's smart. That's smart. And they knew what they were doing there.
So they got some of that stuff. I saw they added like Lucy and the Ghoul and everybody to Fallout Shelter on the mobile game.
Oh, that's fun.
Like they've been updating that one too. So
Fallout Shelter was a fun little game. I played that for a bit. I
like
kind of want to revisit it.
Cartoon mobile game almost.
Yeah, you're like an overseer of
city
a vault.
builder.
Yeah. Yep.
But they added they added quests to that too. So now you can like send people out on quests and they go and they come back when you go to different locations and stuff like that. So it's nice to have Fallout have like a resurgence. They needed I think you said it, Eric. Like it needed a win, and this was a good one.
I think they've been back in the good graces of the fans. I think lately with the updates they've been making to 76 over the years. But I think the show just gave them another boost beyond what anything they could have done. So,
and before we end this Fallout thing, because I'm not the Fallout fan, I'm not like against it. It's not really a franchise I've ever like connected with, but I've dabbled here and there somewhat. I just love that it's like another big win for video game adaptations because
absolutely they're getting better and better.
So many bad things. And people were like, okay with this. I bring it up every time, but like they were like, the Sonic ones are good. I'm like, what do you want to do with it? And I'm like, I don't know. Get a good story, get a good director, and make a good movie.
It had Jim Carrey. That's all you need.
That's all people. It was just like it's not good. But then like Mario movie was like and like the step up. Like, see, it's not perfect, but it's like pretty damn good.
I think they're learning.
A pretty damn good movie.
But
then The Last of Us came out, huge hit. There's that Netflix show from League of Legends. I forget what that show is right now. I'm drawing a blank on it.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, hold on.
People love that show.
I think the key is series. Arcane. Yes.
Thank you.
The key is going to a series, like a streaming series, instead of trying to cram everything into one single movie or making it like a movie franchise. Like these games, the games that they're adapting have such deep, lore and all this stuff that they need time for these things to breathe. They can't just jam everything into one single movie.
Episodic makes more sense. Yeah. Give us something, and like I think Amazon even kind of regretted not like it was such a big hit for them. They should have extended it every week to really get the buzz going. They could have done that. They just didn't have any faith in it. But I think because Hollywood is doing literally Twister's remake. I think they're making another Back to the Future. Hollywood movies have run out of ideas, and when they do a movie, it's like pretty safe. Mm-hmm. It's pretty okay. But the TV shows, we just had Last of Us and Fallout, and they were huge hits.
I think video games are
people that are familiar with it enjoy it.
Everything is an adaptation of something. We've said it before, but like I feel like video games are kind of an untapped market potential for making these great TV shows. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I think now's the time that we're gonna see a shift in that they figured out. Like, oh my God, let's stop undermining it. Because I think the producers were like, well, surely we can't use the video game story. Let's get a new writer, new director. Let's get our own take on this. And like, that's not what anybody wants.
Right. And having the creators of these series and video games being more involved with the creation of the TV series. Like Todd Howard was an executive producer on the Fallout TV show.
So his name in the beginning, I'm like, wow, this is wild. Like, what a wild time.
Yeah.
You know?
They're
I'm rooting for Twisted Metal and Halo to redeem themselves. I think they're having a rocky start, but like those are TV shows based on.
I've heard Twisted Metal is not bad. I haven't checked it out myself.
I watched the first episode. It was fun, but the humor's kind of awkward. But
even Halo too, Brandon. You're the Halo super fan.
I'm the Halo fan, and like they didn't make Halo based off the video games. They made it's that old style thinking. Like we gotta do our own version of it. And like no, the franchise exists. Complement it. There's comic books here. There's the movie. Like Star Wars does this very well. The movies, video games, comics, TV shows are all working together in harmony now. Finally, because I like that. Like I like that. Like if I want to learn more about that, I can go over here. But it's not like this off universe bullshit where like there's a new hero over here. None of that. You know that it worked with this MCU. It's working with Star Wars. You know, Star Trek. I think has been doing this. So video games should do this as well. You know, to complement. You know, the video game, you know, or whatever, but
it's true.
Halo is tricky because they had to take a character like Master Chief, who is just a big ball of nothing, and turn him into an actual character. But
I don't think you need Master Chief though. Like
I think they could have.
You need
Spartans.
No, I think
and treat Master Chief like Thanos. Like
exactly
he's there, but he's not there. It's a big deal.
That's what they should have done.
Like, oh my God.
Oh, that would be pretty sweet.
Focus on the surrounding characters.
Yeah. Show like 30 kids that were like put into the Spartan program. Half of them die. 5 of them become AI, and then the other 5 become, you know, Spartans. And we follow them as they go through the fight with the Covenant. And there's this talk about.
That sounds like a pretty fucking good show, Brandon.
Because that's what happens
I would watch
in the Spartan
that
program. A lot of them die because they abduct these kids, and then they take
some of them become AI.
The ones that die, they get their brains, I think, transmitted to AI, and the rest of them that are like all fucked up or whatever, they either have jobs or they become AI as well. But like, there's this whole thing that happens to the kids that get put into the Spartan program. I read the books.
I read one of the books. Yeah, it's
Follow
good.
Reese was really good.
Good stuff. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll go.
Yeah, Brandon, what do you got
over
over
organized tonight. I got some bullets here. So, a game that came to Game Pass that I had my eye on. It was a AA game called Evil West.
Evil West. Yep.
Evil West is made by Flying Wild Hog. They make the Shadow Warrior games as well.
Oh, interesting.
So,
okay.
Pretty interesting.
Okay, yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, so not bad. They're kind of fun, kind of immature, whatever. And I would say Evil West is not like a serious game. It's a AA game. I'll say the story is fine, like it's serviceable. I think the hero is pretty forgettable as far as I'm not selling this game at all, but like I do think people should play it. The hero is very generic. He's yeah, so it's called Evil West, and he's like this cowboy, right, in like the late 1800s or whatever. And you're basically fighting vampires and monsters and stuff like that, right? Different creatures from around vampires. You get like these super abilities, and it's pretty cool. But it's all in the Wild West. So you just picture like a drifter or like some kind of outlaw, not an outlaw, but like a cowboy, right?
Yeah.
If you do check out this game, I think it's a good $20 and under game. It's built around a very linear map level design, and unfortunately, again, I'm not doing a good job selling this game. But the opening levels, I think, are its weakest part because you get introduced to punching the monsters.
Yeah, the tutorialization of everything is just
it was
bad.
too long and unnecessary. Yeah, I think because the game definitely gets better as you play, but like you only have a couple abilities in each level in the opening levels. You get a new ability, and as you unlock abilities like you would any other game, it opens up. But with this game, it really opens up. It's actually really fun. So like you'll get to the point where you're kind of like Nightcrawler from X-Men, where you can zip around and
cool.
punch people, or you can pull people to you. You can punch all these people up in the air and then like do all these cool moves. You can summon a tornado that shoots lightning, and if you use lightning abilities, you can do all these cool combos. The gameplay is actually a lot of fun. The monster variety probably could have been deeper. Again, AA team, I think they were limited by the size of the team, but it looks good. It feels good. When everything starts like around the third level, when you can start doing some pretty cool stuff, that's when I think the game really starts taking off. And it is visually attractive at times. Like other times, it's like I can see the level. I just know where like I can fight stuff and where I'm not going to fight stuff, because there'll always be an area where you hop in a big open area, and that's when the monsters come up, and it's wave after wave after wave. Then you defeat them all, then you go to the next. It's very linear, and if you see some monsters in this pit or down in a pit, you can't shoot them in advance. Like it only registers when you go in there. So it's like these invisible walls. I think this game will have a really good second game if it did find success enough that they can make another game. I think if they make another game, it'd be really good. Also, this game is available in co-op. I didn't even know that. I played this game on story mode.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm flying through it just because I just wanted to. I enjoyed the game loop, and I'm like, I just want to be a badass and just punch vampires in the faces. I will say the boss fights are very good. Like the game is visually attractive at times. Like some other times it's like okay, but sometimes it's really good, really good. And the boss fights is when it shines, because you'll have a level where it's like maybe it's like an old saloon, it's on fire, but it's like nighttime and there's rain and there's dead bodies everywhere and all this stuff is like blowing up, and you got this weird looking monster like bouncing all over the place. The boss fights are legit. I do like them.
Sounds pretty sweet.
And when you're doing all these abilities, you got to change them a little bit when you're fighting the boss. Stuff that you would in any other game would do. It does all this stuff.
Yeah.
So if you want to play a game, if you like punching vampires in the face, if you like shooting like vampires or its spawn in the face, if you like punching something and putting it up in the air and punching it into a barrel and it explodes, and maybe you have an upgrade where that explosion explodes into other things, it can get pretty chaotic. I hope I'm painting a picture of the action in this game, because it is
pretty intense,
pretty rewarding. And at the end, the levels are very, very stunning. There is one level that is super cool. I don't want to ruin it if anybody does try this game. It's only like a 9 to 10 hour game.
You actually finished this one?
Get to the ending. Yeah, I finished this game.
Okay.
Got to the boss fight. The final vampire thing was awesome, boss. It was just cool looking. Something that maybe Dark Souls developers would make. Again, I think the highlight is the boss fights, the mini boss fights. And if you want something that's linear, this is your game.
It reminded me a bit of like Gears of War a little bit when I was playing it.
It's very Xbox 360 era feeling.
Like it had like that camera like trucking
with the
behind
game
them.
level design.
Yes, with the level design for sure.
Yeah. I think it's actually. Hold on, I may have it in my notes. It plays more like God of War. I felt like, because I could do whatever I want. I can run up to something and punch it. I can pull it towards me. I can zap to it. I can shoot different guns. I have flamethrowers. I have all these abilities. Like
I was gonna say, it seems like it lives and dies
I keep
by
unlocking a bunch of
the abilities, like that.
Yes.
Unlocking the next thing and getting the next ability.
Yeah.
I think I have to go back.
And I'll wrap up
now.
here, but I'm just saying that, like, if you're interested in this world, just know the first hours is the weakest part. It sucks. Usually the first hour is usually in a smaller game. That's where they put a lot of their effort in that opening act. This game gets better because of the gameplay, and I think you're just limited in those first couple levels. But once you start unlocking some of the other stuff, you can really start chaining some cool things. And I don't know, I liked it.
That's how I fell off.
It was worth it.
I fell off of this one really quick, just because the tutorialization was kind of bad. It's very, like you said, it's very slow and hand-holdy in the first, 10 minutes or so. I only played like 10, 15 minutes of this, and I'm like, I get what they're doing here, but I don't have time.
Yeah.
I
personally would give this about a 7 out of 10. I think knowing that it's a AA team,
it's more appealing now that you say it's only like an 8 to 10 hour game, especially if you play on like the story mode.
I beat it.
Yeah,
and I played in the story mode. I think I died only like a couple times. But I never felt like, oh, this is gonna be a grind. Like I always, all right, that's what we're doing in the boss
And
fight.
they had,
Or
from what I saw, there was decent checkpointing. Like it checkpoints. If you die, you're pretty much right back where you
yeah,
were.
yeah. If you're not saving, it still saves like any area you go to. Yeah, and honestly, like the secrets that you look for, not really worth it. Really, just beeline it, and you might have a good time. I looked around a little bit, and I'm like, there are extra outfits that I could have gotten, and like different skins for my weapons I could have got, but
Didn't
and
need
I
new
would have liked to
outfits.
seen them, but like I don't even know where they were. Like where else could I have gone? I felt like I looked at every level, and I'm like,
Especially
not
a
worth
game
it.
like that,
But,
it's like if it's really linear, kind of like the Uncharted games, like there's one of two paths and they diverge. If you go down here, it's the main story. If you go down here, there's a collectible, that type of thing.
exactly, that's exactly what it is. So, so that's Evil West.
Sweet.
Nice.
It's on Game Pass.
All right, I got a couple more things. So I told you guys over Discord a while ago, like at like the beginning of my paternity leave, that someone in another Discord that I'm in was giving away a Wii U for free.
Yeah.
So I jumped on that. I'm like, hey, yeah, the deal was like, I pay shipping and they'll send me all the games in the Wii U for free. So I paid like
Fuck yeah.
$30-something in shipping.
A dildo in it?
No, everything was packaged beautifully.
What games you get?
So most of the games that I got with it were just Wii games. So there was like Wii Sports. There was a bunch of random games that I ended up
Wii
selling.
Sports is worth money these days.
I know. I got Wii Sports is fun and a big hit with William. He's 4 years old and he was loving doing like the bowling. Like that's super easy. You're basically just swinging your arm and fucking.
Do you have the Nintendo Land on that? Or
no, I don't. I don't have Nintendo Land.
Dude, you got
that's one I want to
get your hands on that game. It is so
good.
fun because of the tag. The best one is the tag game. Like one of you is Mario, and everyone is trying to capture Mario. So you're just trying to run away from every. But like the one that's got the Wii U controller, he's Mario. So everybody can see the big screen. We're all chasing him, but like you can.
That sounds fun. Yeah, I'll have to pick that up.
So good.
I've been looking
up.
up.
Only have the experience on that console.
It's the little things in that though, because they show like whoever's Mario, the camera on the Wii pad is capturing their face and broadcasting it to the other people. Like it's just a little use of their like.
I think that the Wii U gamepad is cool, and I don't think it got enough credit.
Cool.
Because like I was playing.
Third party support was
give the Wii U.
I was playing.
Nintendo did a good job with it.
We actually played through all of Super Mario 3D Land or 3D World, and that game is fucking awesome.
Is it the cat one?
Yes, that is the cat one. That game is
fun.
so fun.
I got that on my Switch.
We played through the entirety of that game, and like,
you and William?
Yeah, he played a little bit, but he was more interested in watching me. But the cool thing about the gamepad is like he was just taking the stylus and he could like interact with stuff while I'm playing on the gamepad, and he could tap enemies, freeze them. He could like collect coins for me, get the power ups. So
cool.
like it was just a cool experience. We played there. I have a local game store like 10 minutes from me that buys and sells old games. So like they had a bunch of Wii U games, Wii and Wii U games. So I sold some of the ones I didn't want, and I also picked up Yoshi's Woolly World, which is another very kid-friendly one.
That's a good one.
Good co-op in that. It's easy. It's you're collecting stuff. You collect all the yarns, you unlock a new yarn Yoshi that you can change into. But it's easy. And there's even like there's like a mellow mode too, where you can just basically fly through the whole level.
Nintendo is the game develop. I know it's also the console maker, but when they make their games, they just make games that are for families. Like no one else comes close to doing this, really. I mean, some games will do something, but but like any age can play this, and it's just like it's right.
Fun
it's just
for
challenging
everybody.
for the dad. But like the kid can also not get disgruntled and quit or like ruin it so you can't advance because like come on buddy, like you're holding me. The game Nintendo is just really good at that. It's funny. I was playing that new Donkey Kong versus Mario game on my Switch.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just came out. I was playing that. Got it from my library.
I was gonna say, you son of a bitch.
Yep. And that was really cool because that's a great blend of playing this. It's a 2D game, but you're
More
playing
like
it like
a
a Super
puzzle
Mario
game.
game puzzles, right? Yeah,
I played
felt
the
like a
old
Super Mario
version.
game puzzle.
Yeah.
But you played Donkey Kong versus Mario before?
There is this is a remake of an old game. It
Oh,
was
okay,
on
because I love how.
it was on
Oh,
Game
it
Boy
felt.
Advance or something. Yeah, I
Yeah.
played that version.
Something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay, it felt kind of like not dated, but just very simple, like it would have been made a while. Okay, that explains the level design. But I love how they made the game a blend of Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah.
and like Mario puzzle, because like you do play it just like that old Donkey Kong going through the different vines or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can go up two at the same time and go faster, so you're dodging like fireballs, and it's really clever. I was really getting into it. I was playing that with my 5-year-old, and he was really into it. That's cool. So yeah, I love Nintendo, and that they only that developer really lets me have
they
those
understand
moments with my
they
kids.
understand what kids need when they're playing a game and how to make them, like you said, so they're not frustrated. That's the thing that that William gets discouraged about when playing video games. It's like when he can't do something, he just kind of doesn't want to do it anymore. But like Nintendo makes they have
double
that
jump dash,
right,
back flip off the wall, up over here, dodge it like.
They have the modes where they make it so kid friendly. Like either you are invincible and you can't die, or you can just fly
Press
through the
A
whole
to
level.
bubble.
Right, just bubble up. And like
over at me.
I loved it
bubble bitch.
in Super Mario 3D World. Like even Jen was playing with me a little bit too in the co-op, and she was having fun. But there was some difficult platforming parts.
Eric's gonna be like, I can't wait for the moment when all four of us play a Mario game together.
But
let me tell you, it's not as
that's
fun
the Holy
as
Grail.
you think. Everyone's mad at each other.
Right. But the one thing I loved about 3D World was that you can literally just pick up your co-op partner and just fucking do it for them. Like that was the best thing. She was getting frustrated. I'm like, listen, I'll just pick you up and we'll just jump through here. So that was
my wife is actually really good at Mario.
Very gentlemanly of you.
Oh, yeah. I got you. I got you, honey. I'll pick you.
Hey, babe, let me get this.
I'll carry you. Yeah. No, but it was fun. The Wii U, underrated console for sure. I know Dave's been pounding that drum for a while, but now that I got my hands on one, I've been having a lot of fun with it.
It's kind of like the Dreamcast to me. Like it feels like it's like that console that was like wasn't too quick, but it was good for like a short period of time, and then it like quickly got outpaced by everything else. Like
and had video like a screen in their controllers, because that's what the Dreamcast had too. I thought that was so cool. Like you could see your inventory. I'm surprised it didn't take off. Even like some capacity, the Xbox and PlayStation did something with that.
Yeah,
but they just choose not to.
I played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. That's how long I held on to it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like even then, like they didn't, like Nintendo was just like fucking giving up on it. Like they didn't even use the Wii pad for anything. Yeah. Like it was garbage.
Oh, they ported it to the
But
Wii
there
U?
was there's so much cool stuff that you could do with that gamepad. Like Nintendo Land, Eric, there's some good stuff in there. There's an Animal Crossing game, there's a Metroid game, there's like one of every.
That's sweet.
Everything.
I'll have to get my hands on that one. I've been looking on eBay for like Wii U games, and like you said, I think that's the thing about the Wii U that hurt it the most is the library is not super expansive. Like there's some gems in there, but like once you have all of the good ones, it's kind of like, what else is there to play? It's nice that you can play Wii games because the Wii library is huge. And I have, it came with all like the Wii Motion Plus controllers and the Wii, like the motion sensor bar. Like the person that gave it to me gave me all that stuff too. So yeah, we could play Wii Sports, Wii Play, all the old Wii games that use the motion controls. So like it's two consoles in one. I could play all Wii stuff and then all the Wii U stuff. So that was cool.
That was cool. But it goes with the name Wii U. It was definitely
I'm sad that I'm just getting into this after they shut down all the online stuff because like
just after, dude,
they had all like the virtual console stuff on the Wii U too, that you can't access anymore.
Did they really? Wow,
yeah, they had.
That's cool. I didn't know
tons of virtual console stuff, and like all the downloadable games and stuff. Now all that shit's just gone.
Oh, not the Switch, not the Switch Online virtual console.
No, but you could buy like games individually, like Super Nintendo games for 99 cents on the Wii U store, and just have them and play them. Yep.
Isn't Mario Maker 1 on the on the Wii U?
It is, and the
Yes.
online servers are about to shut down, like in the next month or so. Yeah.
That's because you get all those great games.
Yep.
I mean,
I
levels
should-
that people
I
made.
should
I
jump
thought
on that
about
real quick.
buying.
It's sad.
I thought about getting the Super Mario Maker. I have Super Mario Maker 2 on the Switch, which is fun, but like having the Wii U gamepad to make the levels just seems so convenient.
It is super handy.
sounded
That's how I
fun.
lost my stylus. By letting my child make Mario Maker levels. And the
Wow.
stylus was gone forever.
Yep. So yeah,
You can
it's
do.
good stuff. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Hopefully, I'm gonna build my Wii U library up.
Fuck yeah. Welcome to
Nintendo
the
Land.
club.
I'll have to work. I'll have to
We're
look for that one.
accepting. We're accepting
We're
all
accepting.
newcomers.
I've seen like some of the games. Most of them are pretty cheap. Like I've been looking on eBay for some stuff, just because my local game store has a collection, but like it's basically only what they get in from people selling them, trading them
Yeah.
into them. So like I did
Not gonna be on
find
the classic.
3D Land, I did find Woolly World there, but like I didn't see like Nintendo Land or some of the other ones. And like there's some rare ones. They had the Twilight Princess HD remaster on the Wii U. That was $100 at my local game store. Yes, $99.99. I'm like,
The
what
Wind
the
Waker?
fuck? No. Twilight Princess remaster.
Oh, Twilight Princess. Okay. I don't think I never actually played that one.
That one's more. That's like a rare one because it came out towards the end of the Wii U life cycle. So like they didn't make that many. So that's a more
Twilight
rare
Princess,
one.
really?
Yep. So.
Oh, well, shit.
Yep.
Wind Waker 1 is good too on there.
I want
Yeah,
Wind
but
Waker
if you haven't
HD.
played
I've been looking at stuff, and that's also pretty expensive.
Isn't it on Switch?
eBay. No, it's
It was
not.
a GameCube.
No, it's not on Switch yet.
Wind Waker is not remade yet, like remastered or any
Nope,
way.
they haven't ported that
It's
HD
like everyone's
remaster to
favorite
Switch
game
yet.
out of the.
Not to the Switch. It's the remaster stuck in Wii U.
It's on Wii
land.
U. That people have been waiting for
What?
the port of the remastered version to Switch for a long time, and it hasn't come
I
yet.
love that cartoony, cell shaded look that they made.
Yep. So that's my Wii U Adventures in Wii U Land.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
That's sweet. That was
That's
fun.
cool, man. That's cool. It's always cool when you get another console and you just want to love it,
Especially one that
I
I never owned. I never owned a Wii, so like this entire library of games is like.
Oh, that's
up.
awesome.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's a
Good
plethora.
stuff.
I got one real
Right,
quick.
Davey, what do you got?
All right.
I got. Well, it's a Dave and Brandon game. We
What?
we finished the Escape Academy.
Cape Academy, y'all.
Which-
Don't you know what
Academy.
that is?
Let me look
Yeah.
up and see when this came out.
A couple years
While
ago,
he
right?
does that, Escape Academy is a minimal styled looking 3D first person game, but it's an escape room game.
Yeah.
And you go to Escape Academy and you're the new student. So you're meeting all the different teachers and you go to like this part of the campus.
Is the
and you
okay?
escape
I have a
from there.
question. Is the academy learning how to build escape rooms, or just escaping from? Or are they trapping you in these rooms and you're just learning how to get out of them?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Is it okay? That was a
I don't
cute.
know.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
what is the academy? What are you learning at this escape
They do
academy?
make them.
Okay.
They do make them, but you don't go to anything that the Academy makes. I don't know how that works. Yeah, I never put too much thought into it. Again,
It's a weird
story-
story where somebody would be like, "Hey, I trapped this thing that you
Right.
want in this room. Go and fucking get it." And I don't know. It's like Brand said, it is a fairly. It's it's an indie game. It was made by.
And it's on Game
released-
Pass. on
Released in
Xbox.
2022, developed by Coin Crew Games, and then two other guys, Antonio Calaban and Fernando Uriquilio.
Okay.
But this
Dave, you and I have been playing this game on and off for like what, a year,
yeah, it's been something like
Wow.
that.
right?
And it's cool because like we just hop on, you do like 2 rooms, and it takes like maybe a half hour a room or something like that.
20 to 40 minutes to finish a room.
When-
Yeah.
Towards the end, they were starting to get to be like 40, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Fucking escape rooms. But the novel thing about this game is that you see both players' screens. So left side is Brandon's screen, right side is my screen, and I see everything that Brandon does, and he sees
That's so
everything that I
smart.
do.
That's so smart, especially for a
So,
game like
like,
this.
When he picks something up, because a lot of it is cooperation. You have to pick something up and look at a map while Brandon is over here working on a puzzle.
Yeah. You
So
look
I
at
can
something.
show him
Right.
Yep.
Like how like the
so you don't have to
solution, and he can
fucking
solve it.
say like, oh, try to communicate over a headset and be like, it says, go turn it twice to the left, twice to the, it's cool that
Yeah,
you
because
can.
there was one of these other games that I think we tried to play before, but we never actually got all the way through it. I
We
forget what it
were
was
here, I
called.
think it was called, which is
Yeah,
also
something like
kind of
that.
similar to this, but that was like, I don't know, this was more fun. So I've played a few escape
Yeah.
rooms. Escape room game, the whole genre is not that, I don't know, not that fun. It's a little more slow, and you really gotta, I don't know. It's really hard to solve some of these puzzles, but this game, they were head scratchers, and we'd be like, what do we do? And the game might be like, you want a hint? I'm like, okay. Once in a while we would use a hint. Sometimes it helped, sometimes it
Cheaters. No, I'm
didn't.
just kidding.
But
Yeah.
like when it definitely felt like, it felt good when we beat it. Like it did feel good. Like I was like, I felt accomplished. It scratched that escape room itch.
It's the same thing that happens when you go to real escape rooms, is that somebody figures out the puzzle and they know what's going on, and Brandon just feeds me the information, and Brandon doesn't understand what the fuck's going on in my head and figuring it out. And then there's some puzzles where it's exactly like Brandon's like, look at the blinking lights, they're the Morse code, duh. And I'm like, oh, I'm a fucking
that was a
idiot.
cool
Like,
one.
That's funny.
And you could match the Morse code to like what order to go in. Yeah, I like that. Like when sometimes one of us would be, hold on, all right, just do this. I'm like, why? Just do it. Just do that. Now take that and now do this. All right, now do that. All right, now go. Now hit it. All right, we're good.
and then boop, door opens and we're on to the next room.
I do this because there's a whole other room of puzzles, So
Yeah,
there's
that's
like
a cool feeling.
You would solve the room, and then like sometimes another room waiting for you. You have to get out of that. So, but the story gets kind of fun later on. There's like something is up that you didn't think was happening, but you do go to a not a tournament, but there was like Dave and I were going against somebody.
Oh, it was like I thought that was computer people.
It was computer people for sure, but there was a course, like it was mirrored. They were on their side and we were on our side, and you had to race through it. So maybe that's what the academy is doing. Like
it's like Hogwarts or something. Fucking
escape
the wizard.
Yeah, basically.
The Wizard Cup.
Yeah.
For
games.
escape rooms.
Yeah,
So you're not playing this game for the story.
No.
But
I think they do have some,
get another person and have a blast.
They do have some DLCs out for it, like Brandon said. It is on Game Pass too.
Kind of want to do it.
This is only
do it.
This is only 2-person, right? 2-person co-op.
Correct.
Yes.
That's a bummer because it sounds fun. I would
play.
It'd be cool.
Play
to
with your wife, bro.
Is there local
with your wife?
Local co-op or is it?
Local.
There is local.
It
There is local. Okay.
Yeah, it's got local. You split screen.
There should be.
I would think.
You know what? I feel like there's not very many cooperative puzzle games, which is kind of a cool concept. So, something like this is pretty cool. I like that idea, and like framing it as an escape room is makes a lot of sense. So, if there is local co-op, I wouldn't mind checking it.
Yeah, local or online co-op.
Okay, cool.
There's a PvP update, Tournament of Puzzles.
Tournament
Dun,
of
dun, dun, dun.
Puzzles.
Oh, I hope this game does take off, man, because they did a good job with the puzzles. It wasn't like you kind of like know how each puzzle is gonna be. It's always, how like when you play Destiny or other games where you go to a spot. All right, I'm gonna do something. So hold off wave after wave.
Well,
after
yeah,
wave.
that's not a puzzle.
Like,
that's just
formulaic.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, but just saying, like once you experience it one time, you're gonna experience it for the rest of the game. Like, I will say this: the Escape Academy, they kept their puzzles fresh. It was never like, all right, what do we do now? Like, you really gotta think, and it's fun because when you have another person there, they just come up with one thing, like, oh, that makes sense because of this. Oh, okay, go try it, and then.
I feel like designing a puzzle game must be the hardest game to design because it's like it has to be solvable and fun, not frustrating, and also satisfying when you solve it.
And around the 20-minute mark, they should be around here.
Exactly.
So we should,
the pacing of it. Yeah, that's
crazy. That's why the hint system is nice because we do get stuck. I'm like, fuck, we're just walking in circles. We're missing something.
Being stuck in a game is like the worst feeling in a game. Just to be stuck, not knowing what to do or where to go. So
when the person on the real escape room just comes up over the mic and goes, look behind the painting.
Right.
You're like, oh, fuck. And everything. So that's cool. No, that one was a fun one. It looks like it's pretty cheap on Steam. It looks like season pass is like $15 or whatever. But
oh, absolutely. If you have somebody that you would love to do a co-op game that's basically solving puzzles for escape rooms, this is the game you want to play, and that is a great price.
Yeah.
I think
Nice.
absolutely.
There's the escape island for $10. There is the escape from
Dave,
past DLC for $10.
I'm hyping myself up right now. You and I should just continue with this. Just do the other ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait,
that was a good one. What else you guys got?
I
You
got
can jump out of this.
I got a couple more. I'll go with one of my other games that I was playing. This is actually a mobile game. So
We're
like I said,
15 minutes into this, so
I got some stuff.
Quick, let's go real quick.
I know I got a couple things. This one is a mobile game. A mobile game. Like I said, baby in one hand, phone in the other. So I'm playing some mobile games. It's called Slice and Dice.
You played this too?
Really? You played this, Dave?
Oh yes.
All right.
Eric.
All right.
Slice
So
and Dice.
This is a mobile game. I can go to the game
well,
store.
It's a mobile game, and it's also on like Steam, and I think it's also on Steam, and I don't know if it's on anything else, but it's on iOS, Android. It's by developer and publisher Tan, which this is their first game. But it's basically think Slay the Spire roguelike deck building, but with dice. So and it's like, it's like a D&D sort of environment. You have you have a party, you have classes for each of your, characters. There's rogues, there's warriors, soldiers, all that stuff, monks. And each person in your party has a die, and each side of the die has different, abilities that you can land on, whether it's like attack, defense, heal, a magic spell, Yep, that's it. That's it right there.
Okay.
And I feel like from screenshots, it doesn't do it justice from actually getting your hands on it and playing it. Because I was keeping my eye on this for a while. I was watching trailers. I'm like, it looks like I could like it, but when I actually started playing it, everything clicked with me because it has that same same roguelike, Slay the Spire sort of thing where it's less complicated than a traditional deck builder because you're just managing 6 sides of a die for each of your characters. You're not managing an entire deck.
Yeah, that's why I downloaded it, because I don't do deck builders. Yes.
So turns
me off, but
there is
I
a
like
free
this concept of.
There's the free version on mobile, which is the demo technically. So you can play through the demo, and if you like it, you can buy the full version, which I did buy the full version. It's only $8.99. As soon as I beat the demo, I'm like, all right, this has got me sucked in. I'm all in on this. This is my new mobile game because I had Slay the Spire on my phone for a while, and then I had Into the Breach for a while, and now this is gonna be my new morning coffee game.
Mobile games, man. I can never get into mobile games. The Switch is the closest I've gotten to enjoying a mobile game.
Yeah,
but
this one
I don't play on my phone.
This one's fun because you can get in and out quick too. That's the best part of a mobile game. So you can get sit down to poop. You could be playing the game before you're already pooping, which is the sign of a good game.
Yeah.
But essentially, you're only doing one battle, and then you're going on to the next battle. And once you finish the one, you can just be like, "Fuck it, all right, I'm done."
Each fight takes like a minute. It doesn't take very long.
Dave's poop routine, by the way.
Yep.
And you can
on the mobile games.
You can stop in the middle of them. Like if you close out the app, you can come back and continue right where you left off, so you won't lose any progress. But I think there's 20 floor. There's a bunch of different modes, but the classic mode, there's 20 fights in one run essentially. So you have to go through 20 fights to beat a full run. Okay. And it gets, obviously as you start out fighting like rats and, snakes and stuff. And then as you build up, you're fighting like wolves and orcs. And at the end, you fight a fucking dragon. And it's different every time. It's a roguelike. So there's different enemies every time. You have a different party every time, different dice every time. So it kind of mixes it up each run. You kind of have to, figure out how you want to build out your characters. And after each fight,
can you beat this game or no?
Yeah, it's a roguelike. So you could do a run, and then if you finish that run, you technically beat the game. But there's so many different modes. There's challenge modes. There's easy, normal, hard modes. So I beat it on easy. So now I'm just trying to go through each of the normal and hard.
I haven't beat this one yet.
It's tough. It gets tough towards the end. Like the final boss on the easy run I did was a dragon with like 40 HP. So it took a while to get him down. But it's really satisfying when you get these combos going. in like the synergy with certain dice rolls, because you can like say you have an ability like a shield bash, and you get 1 extra damage for each shield that you have on your character. So like if you have like a warrior that has a die that has like 3 shield, you put 3 shield on one dude and can boost another dude's attack. So there's certain synergies that work together with these dice. And like after each fight, you either get this choice to get an item, which helps one of your characters, or you can upgrade the class of one of your characters. So like the rogue will turn into like an assassin, so their abilities will change, and they'll be stronger for the next fight. So it's fun. It's got its hooks in me.
Yeah, I love this one as soon as I started playing. I used
sounds like a game you guys would play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Google surveys where you build up the money from answering dumb Google surveys.
Oh yeah.
Eventually I have Google Play money. I'm like fucking slice and dice. It's getting right into that.
It's got its hooks in me. It's in that Slay the Spire ilk for sure. And I'm always in the mood for the next roguelike deck building sort of game. So
there's always another one.
There's so many of them out there, but this is a good one, and it's a new spin on it.
It looks cool.
It's a new spin on it with the dice. And there's some.
I downloaded it. It looks cool.
I mean, with the deck builders, there's some element of luck and randomization because you got to draw the right cards or whatever. But this is kind of the same thing where you're rolling the die and hoping that you get a certain side, because you roll it, you get 1 initial roll and then 2 re-rolls. So if you can lock in certain dice for certain characters. You have 5 characters in your party, so
I like that those results. Well, let me see if I can get something better.
Yes.
Like it's a
like
3,
Yahtzee.
I could get a 1, but
exactly
let's see if I can get
like Yahtzee.
Yahtzee
Exactly,
rules.
Dave. So
so
you can lock in an attack that
I'm just playing Yahtzee.
this one's doing 3 attacks.
Wait a minute, guys.
Right?
What if this dice was a warrior?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And then the
games
enemies have their own dice too, so you can get an unlucky roll and fucking. Sure. And it's cool because your characters, it's a roguelike. Your characters can die in a fight, but if they die, they're not gone for good. If you survive the fight,
as long as you win the fight.
If you win the fight, they'll come back the next fight, but have half HP. So there is a penalty if they die.
Can you heal them?
Yes, you can heal them. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So they're not completely gone. I like that they're not completely gone, so you're not like screwed for the subsequent fights.
Right. The game is random. I mean, like, it's...
But if all of your characters die in one fight, then your run is over. So. Good stuff. Slice and dice.
Agree. Nomad approved.
Right.
Sounds like it. Let me do something real quick.
Do it.
Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to 2 at the same time. I'm going to try doing this. Okay, so anybody that knows me...
Hit it.
We tried playing... and here we go. Resident Evil 7...
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, this game's too scary. I can't play it. I cannot play it. I got like 30 minutes into it, maybe 20. And I watched somebody online play that game. All right. Well, it's still too scary for me to play. But I'm working through Dead Space Remake. And the
I feel like Dead Space is scarier than fucking Resident Evil 7 at some points.
Well, I'm playing it on story mode. So I'm a killing machine. I literally have nothing to fear in that game at all. Pow, 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 everything dies. Although I've never played the original Dead Space. I think I got like 20 minutes into that game. I was like, this is too scary. Right?
It is scary.
People are just saying
the necromorphs, they will.
Yeah. And I don't know if story mode was in the original, but it is in the remake. So I'm like, you know what? People love the Dead Space games. And I guess the first one was really good that it started this whole thing. So it looks really good. It was like $9 on sale. And I'm like, let's get it. It's also like a 9-hour game, 10-hour game or something like that. It's supposed to be on the shorter side. So I'm going to go for it. I'll try it. For $9, what's the, So I'm going through it. It is very attractive. The main character, kind of vanilla. Not a big fan of the guy. I think he's very kind of dull.
In the first
he didn't talk
game, he didn't talk it at all in the first game.
Right.
Or in the original game.
Yeah, but he takes his fucking mask off and everything, and he talks in this one. But I don't know, he's like does not fit this character at all. But anyways, it's really cool. I love that you can be punching shit, you can shoot shit, you can do some force stuff, or like you grab stuff and throw it around. You can pick stuff up and use that as weapons. I think it's funny that like whenever like the monsters attack, the music plays until they're all dead, then the music stops. So whenever music plays, you just know there's something to kill. So, but I do feel like I'm exploring a ship, and I do like the zero gravity parts where I go and I can rotate and I can fight shit.
That wasn't in the original game either. The zero G stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's really good. It's a stunning game, visually attractive. I just like looking at it. It reminds me of the first Alien movie. You know, I just feel like around every corner something could happen and come out. So I love it. It's really good. And then the Resident Evil 4 remake, I only got about halfway through the first Resident Evil 4 game, like the original. So this remake came out, a lot of buzz came out. Head over to my library, they got it, put it in.
Of course.
It's a very attractive game.
It's better than
cool
Blockbuster Video, that fucking
Dude,
library.
I got my own I know.
Man, you're spoiled over there.
Right? And I know. I want to get a PS5 so I can play some of those games up there. So I'm playing through it, and I'm like, I kind of remember this. Like, this feels like a really good version of the original game. So, it's a lot of fun. They've just everything about. I don't know. It's a Capcom that makes these games, right? They know how to make a game that they made before that was really good and improve on it and make it better. And I just feel that Resident Evil 4 was such a huge hit for them that, like, don't fuck it up. And everyone was saying, like, what a great remake. And I'm like, it really
standards.
fun.
Yeah, they had high standards to live up to, for sure.
It's great. It's great. I mean, like, you know, it's Japanese shit where, like, Leon and the president's daughter, everything, it's like, are you not in the fucking world we're playing in right now? That's just the way they talk. No, the main characters always feel like they are.
Yeah. Anime, fucking, yeah. It's crazy.
You know, but otherwise it's just a lot of fun, and it's just great.
Not too scary either for you?
Not too scary because it doesn't have that, like, you can only see 4 feet in front of you kind of thing.
It's more action oriented.
It's more not as realistic either. Like, it's
old people, like,
dude with shit bursting out of their heads.
Leon's doing roundhouse kicks and fucking shit too. Like, it's silly.
The chainsaw guy has only made like 1 or 2 appearances so far. You know, I just got to the president's daughter part and we just escaped, so I'm like halfway into the game or something like that.
Did they improve that part? Because I know in the original one, like, escorting Ashley around was kind of a big pain in the ass.
I will say it's not my favorite part because it goes, okay, you can have 2 controls over Ashley where you can push the right analog in and she'll stay close to you. And maybe you want to fight something, so you want her to stay back a little bit. But I'll have her stay next to me, and she just keeps getting grabbed. I'm like, fuck it. I should have just had her stay back, and I just slowly walked through and killed everybody. I'm playing on easy mode anyways. That's how I play games. So I'm just, like, blowing these people away. I'm like, I should have just shot everybody up, and then we walk through it, you know. But the game seemed like it wanted us to run through it.
Right.
You know? But I don't know. There's one part where it was like a narrow spot where it's in a barn, and there's like a cow, and we got stuck on it. So the monster, like the guy behind us was getting us, and the guy, he grabbed her, and I'm like, so I was like, God damn it, this game, fuck, you know. So I was a little annoyed there, but it's great. It's fun. Boss fights are awesome. Everything about it, I love it.
Didn't the original have tank controls too? I think.
Had tank controls. Yeah.
No, it wasn't tank. It was full 3D.
Regular?
Yeah, it was full.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't know when they made that switch.
The only thing you couldn't do, you couldn't move and shoot. You had to stop. And
that's
pop.
That's what tank
that's
controls
not tank
is.
controls.
Oh.
Tank controls.
Tank controls is when you can't move and shoot.
No, that's not tank controls. Tank controls is the original Resident Evil, where up and down is
to go forward, and then left and right rotates you.
Yes, that's not how it was. You had dual analog control in Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
In the original.
I don't know.
But you did have to stop
to
and shoot, which was annoying. Yes.
That one, it's weird that only came out on GameCube when it did come out too. Like, it was stuck there in that little silo for a very long time,
for a few years, but then it got ported.
It's ported to everything now.
Eventually,
yeah, it's on everything.
Now it's on VR. They're saying that the VR version is one of the best.
VR version is fun. I played a bit of that. I want to get back into that. Yeah. I haven't played VR in a long time.
But the remake is really good. It's a really attractive game. So, and then I just want to touch on 2 more games. The Biomutant, I think, is really cool. I noticed that this game it's a AA game, and you're like this cute little rodent. You can customize this character and all this shit. And you got like a samurai sword. You can create your character, but you can, You can have a sword and you can have guns and shit. And it's like an open world game, and you can fight all these people. But the narrator to that game, I think it's from Stanley Parable. It seemed
Oh,
I'm like, as
really?
much as I like, I'm like, as much as I like that guy's voice, it feels weird in this game. So
Huh.
people on the internet said, just I don't know if it's him, but it sounded just like him. People said switch it to like the Japanese voiceover. So I did, and it feels more like I'm a little Asian, like a little rodent samurai or ninja or something like that. So I've been doing that, and it's the game's cute. It's got some clunky controls. They're just a little off. They're not perfect or smooth like other games, but the creatures that you encounter, the characters you encounter are really cute. I just like the world. I like the character design, so I thought that was pretty neat. Not great, but it's pretty good game. It's at least worth trying. And then quickly, I just want to say there's a game on Game Pass called Kona, Kona. I don't know anything about it. I downloaded it. It's a short game, and it's called a detective game. It's a detective genre. So the game takes place in 1970, and it's a first-person game. You're driving in your car. You go into this village or whatever, and you're supposed to meet with somebody. Car accident happens. You go off the road. You're in the snow. Other person ditched their car, and you realize it's a snowstorm. You have to get heat. So it's kind of like Firewatch, but you're like a walking simulator. I think there might be some action. I haven't gotten it. I don't know. It's not that long of a game. I think it's a 5-hour game. But in the first couple hours, I've just been driving around and finding stuff to like heat up rooms and just unravel the story. But it's a cool concept. It's just like you're just driving around in the snowstorm, going to house and like building to building, trying to figure out this story. And apparently people really like this game, but they feel that the ending is it slighted them. They just, all right, we got to wrap up this game, and it just ends. So unfortunately, I'm enjoying this game. It's on Game Pass, like I said. It's a cool genre, the detective genre, putting together puzzles, trying to find the clues and stuff like that. But knowing that this ending is going to be kind of meh,
yeah.
So I don't know if
I
don't know. I want to finish, but I don't know if I'm going to finish it. Like once it gets boring, knowing that I'm like, all right, maybe I'm good here.
Yeah, I think.
But
I
so
would
far it is
stop
cool.
too.
Just exploring like the snowy area, and like again, it's a walking simulator, but like you have to make sure that you don't freeze to death. So it's a kind of a cool mechanic.
Some survival elements. Cool.
I do like walking sims.
I got
yeah. That voice actor for Biomutant was not the same one as.
No, it's not. Okay,
not
but he sounds. It's like
he was in Vermintide.
Oh,
the Warhammer game, but otherwise.
All right. Well, if you guys
the same.
Check, I think Eric tried Biomutant and it didn't really take off.
No, I never
think
tried.
The game has also been.
I've seen gameplay.
But it's been yeah, it's been patched. It's a third-person like action game, and I think it's been patched a lot. So I think people are like, now's the time to go and try it. So I had no issues with it.
Cool. I'm gonna quickly wrap up my stuff. I've been watching Baby Reindeer on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have heard or seen this one.
Yeah, how is
I watched a trailer for that.
It's good so far. It's a limited series, so it's just 8 episodes, and then it's like a one and done thing. But the cool thing is the plot basically is it's about this guy who lives in London, and he has like a stalker, like a middle-aged woman that comes into a bar and is stalking him.
She said it was weird.
It's weird. The episode we just watched was very uncomfortable. Lot to do with like sexual abuse and stuff, so just be warned. But it's cool because the writer and the main actor who plays the main character in the show, it's based on true events, and he's the actual guy that experienced these events, like who was stalked and all that stuff. So he's writing this own story and acting in the show about his life. I mean, obviously things were changed. He says it's based on true events, but it's like a work of fiction. But it's cool that he actually wrote and acted in this show based on his life.
Dude, a stalker just sounds so scary, annoying, and frustrating. I just feel,
this show does a great job of portraying all those things that you just said.
Okay, I got it. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Yeah. Just came out.
Okay.
Called Baby Reindeer, written and starring Richard Gadd. So, check it out. Okay. It's like I said, the episodes.
Relation to Josh?
I don't believe so. He's like Scottish or something. But yeah, it's 8 episodes, and each of the episodes is only like 35 minutes long or something.
Oh, okay.
So they're short, they're quick, but they can get intense. And I've been good so far. So I recommend that one. And then last thing, I just wanted to do
Debbie
another.
Does Dallas.
What?
Sorry. I
I was looking up something and you just snapped me back to reality.
Oh, what? Balatro check was my last thing. I've been playing a lot of Balatro on the Steam Deck. I've now unlocked all the decks. So
all the decks.
I've beaten 14 runs. I've done like all the stakes. I haven't done the gold stake, which is the hardest stake yet. So I've been getting into like the challenge runs too. So there's like certain challenges you unlock.
The card game.
Yeah, the card game roguelike one. So these
I've fallen off of it. I need to get back in there.
I clocked on my Steam Deck like 40 hours of this game. So I've been way into it. But this is also the perfect like one-handed touchscreen game. Like while
I can picture the baby is like resting.
That's exactly what I've been doing.
And you're leaning back and you're playing over here.
It's mostly like at night. If she's up, like when I'm after Jen is putting William to bed, I'll be feeding her, and then with the right hand, and then left hand is on Balatro, just with on the touch screen.
What's funny is just like you're like, oh, when I have a baby, I'm not gonna play games. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna watch TV or read a book. No, you can.
I'm finding ways to play games. Yeah,
dude, I did that like my first like 4 or 5 days with my newborn in my house. I'm like, I don't know what else to do. I don't feel like watching anything. So I just remember putting my baby son between my legs and just like kind of like vibrating a little bit, like kind of.
Yeah.
Just and then I grabbed the controller and I just like played a game.
That's what I was doing.
If he fussed, I just pause the game and I just did whatever. But it was just like, why do I have to just sit here and stare at something? I could play a game.
That's what I was.
Precious moments.
That's exactly what I did with Fallout 4. Like Jen went out to run some.
That's what I did with Skyrim.
Jen went out to run some errands or something. She was gone for like an hour and a half or something. And I had the baby right here taking a nap on my chest, and I was playing Fallout 4 on the couch, just chilling. It was great.
Yeah, it's actually nice because like you're there for them. They can smell you. They can feel you're with them. But they're so like newbornish. There's like no like interaction with them.
They're just
being with each other. That's it. So you might as well
eat, sleep, change me, fucking, or I got a tummy ache and I got to burp or shit. So those are the main things.
Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, are you shitting right now in the middle of this boss fight? Oh, I just want to beat this boss. Don't be shit. Oh, it stinks. All right, we'll pause. God, it's gonna be harder when I come back.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's like taking care of a fucking gerbil or something. And give it the basic needs. And that's like, okay, you're good. You're asleep. All right, there you go. Boom. If you're asleep and comfortable, I did my job right.
I'm glad to see Balatro made its way all the way through.
Dude, Balatro, man. I think I'm winding my time down with it now that I've unlocked all the decks. That was my goal. But I've been dipping into some of the challenge runs, which are fun. They're also very difficult because they either restrict like the jokers, or you have like 0 discards this run, or you only have a certain amount of money to spend this run. So like there's
a lot of it's like you got to get lucky with jokers early on some of those.
Yeah, definitely.
Your runs is shit. Nice. I got just I guess one main thing really. I played Jedi Survivor. I started that one. That one is more Jedi Fallen Order. That one is good. I don't really want to talk about that one. What I want to talk about is stand-up comedy special from 2018 called Bumping Mics. Came to Netflix. It's Jeff Ross and Dave Attell.
Yeah, is that funny though?
Oh my god, I almost pissed my pants. But it's literally it's more.
Brandon's like
it's more.
I like Dave Attell. Like he's like funny, like just like to listen to, but I don't think he's like funny, like funny. Like I'm laughing.
Yeah. Well, do you like roasts?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you should watch. You should give it a try.
I'm familiar with those comedians. They do make me chuckle. I just
they still because it's all improv and it's all like mostly them making shit up on the spot. But then they also have a lot of guests on it. This is where I had my my Bruce Willis sighting. Like he's in one of the episodes. He's in the crowd and he comes to see him, and they're like, "Fucking Bruce Willis is here," and they go through a whole thing. Or Paul Rudd is in the crowd. Paul Rudd came to see him, and they yank him up on stage, and they fucking make And they do like some light jabbing and roasting. There's a Bob Saget. There's a Gilbert Godfrey. There's like tons of comedians on each one of them.
okay.
R.I.P.
All right.
Both of them.
I know.
Dead.
I know.
Wait,
but it's literally
yeah.
only
Godfrey
3
passed away.
episodes.
Who else passed away?
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget and Gilbert
Oh,
Godfrey.
that's right. He hit his head and went to bed. And now he's dead.
Now he's dead.
Is it what it was?
Yep. R.I.P.
Yeesh. But no, I think this is at the endish of their tour or something like that. But so it's literally 3 episodes. It's one weekend in New York City. They recorded Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 3 nights in a row. I mean, they're only like 30 to 40 minutes long ish each too. So it's almost stand-up specials. You gotta for Netflix, you gotta kick a whole hour there. Dave Attell does have a new Netflix special, which was pretty
I saw
good
that.
too.
I saw that. Yeah.
That one was decent, but this one, I don't know. People ripping on each other is just always fucking funny. Like people saying uncomfortable things and just like kind of, putting hard truths out there and, being brutally honest with people is it's hilarious sometimes. So
I love stand up.
Yeah, you can't be faint of heart, but fucking absolutely watch Bumping Mics, Jeff Ross and Dave Attell. It's fucking
I haven't watched
fantastic.
any stand-up comedy in a long time.
Well, I was going to say, Dave, what was that one that we both watched on Netflix that was fucking hilarious? Sheng Wang or whatever?
Oh,
Sheng
I do
Wang,
want to watch that one because you guys were
Eric,
talking it
watch
up.
That one,
Sheng
dude.
Wang,
It's
okay.
fucking hilarious.
That's one you can sit and watch with your wife. This one is probably
your kid.
Is a little more vulgar.
Yeah.
Shen Wang.
It's much harder to be a clean comedian than a
I think it's harder, absolutely. And I give
way
them
harder
more props
to be more
it's
funny.
easy to talk about naughty stuff and
that dude.
swear.
He's got some real fucking funny shit. He cut his hair too, which I wish he didn't.
Yeah,
I think it was funnier when he looked like a stoner, like a Asian stoner dude from like the 70s, and he just shows up and starts telling jokes. So
yeah, he talks about how there's almond joys and then there's mounds. He's just like, obviously people are gonna like almond joys. It's a source of food and an emotion. Versus mounds. It's like nobody even uses that. So it's good. Yeah, it's like Seinfeld stuff. It's just observational humor.
That's the best kind of stuff. I love that stuff.
He's like, and he does a little Asian, like I'm Asian, but he does not make a whole thing. Like that's one thing that I don't like about comedians. Like if you're a woman, I got to hear about you're a woman jokes. Right. Or you're black. What's the difference between a black guy and a white guy? Like. There's Asian guys that they just like, having an Asian mom, they cook like. I'm like, I don't need to hear this. This is not funny. Like, so Sheng Wang Sheng Wang. What is his name?
I think it's Shen Wang.
Shen Wang. Okay, yeah. But he when he brings up his ethnicity or something like that, it's like quick and it's not like his shtick.
The whole bit. Right.
I really think that this guy is really funny, and I hope he comes up with more material because he was very refreshing. I just like his style.
Stuff.
I've seen his other stuff too, and it's pretty good.
And juicy.
Stuff,
sweet and juicy. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet and
just go on Netflix and look for an Asian guy with long dark hair and like a long sleeve mustard colored shirt.
Yeah.
And a faux mustache. Yeah.
That's good. Well, that's all I got though. Go watch Bumping Mics.
That's a hell of a catch up.
I know that was a hefty one. It was a lot to catch up on.
Go and indulge in all that we just covered. We just gave you like 1,000 hours.
Tons of recommendations there. But yeah,
only the best.
Well, hey, welcome back, Eric. It's nice to see you and hear you and all that.
It's good
stuff.
to be back. Good to be
Feels
back.
weird when there's just the two of us. We did okay, but
I know we
only gotta have the three. Gotta have that triangle.
There was only me and Brandon did one duo episode, and that was Journey to the West.
No.
That's the only other duo one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did Journey to the West. That was just the two of us.
By ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was the only other duo. I mean, any other time, like someone's been gone, we've had a guest, but interesting doing the duo ones.
Yeah,
I feel like it feels more lonely, when it's just the two.
No, it's like two dudes just hanging out, having a beer, and talking about how shitty Rogue One is.
Well, you guys had a lot to talk about for both of the ones that you did, so
yeah. For Fellowship of the Ring, I could have talked for another 3 hours. So
yeah,
how long did that one end up being? Was that a longer one? Yeah.
That one was long, and then Rogue One was like short.
All right, let's wrap this shit up. But yeah, that was fun times. I'm glad to be back. Getting back in the saddle here.
Do you remember how to take us out? Are you gonna
do.
be able to?
I might be a little
Stretch
rusty,
that
but
muscle again?
yeah, I gotta shake off the rust. Just point you to our socials if you want to follow us over on social media. You can follow us at Nomads of Fantasy on Twitter and Instagram. You can join the Nomads of Fantasy Discord at the nomadsofantasy.com/Discord. If you want to chat with us in there, go to the nomadsofantasy.com. You'll find all of our stuff, links, the podcast, the YouTube channel, the Twitches, all that good stuff. But till next time, as always, safe travels, Nomads. Peace out.